Klaus Jurgens is a European affairs analyst joining us live from Innsbruck in Austria. Klaus, thanks so much for being with us. So hearing from our correspondent there that the hope with this lifting of restrictions on the use of long-range missiles for Ukraine will help push Russia to the negotiating table. Do you think that's likely?
Well, thanks for having me. Now, of course, as a German, you might understand that I'm basically interested in preserving peace. I mean, my generation was the peace generation, and I'm not giving up, regardless of which topic. And today we talk about Ukraine. Now, what I am not entirely certain is whether long-range missiles helping Ukraine basically to even infiltrate Russian soil, and some say as close as to the western front doors of Moscow. Now, what I want to say is the following. 5 months ago, 51% of the German population were against using Germany to helping to use Ukraine long-range missiles into Russia. Now, the new Chancellor Friedrich Merz only a few hours ago and a few days ago hinted and now confirmed, said that this is like a number of other countries in the European Union, plus the United Kingdom, is the only right thing to do. I am not sure that this is the right thing to do at all, because I think it will only escalate the vicious circle of violence. Now, second point, if I may, Donald Trump, of course, before the election, he said, within 24 hours, I'm going to end the Ukraine-Russian war. But then again, he hinted at that basically it's a European, Russian-Ukrainian situation, and we are not really interested in it. And all of a sudden, he wants to get involved to make sure that actually he is the peacemaker as he promised. Now, but is it not easy for him to leave all the crucial decisions to those countries who are actually very close to the front line? And is it not interesting to see that America says, yes, of course, we have to talk tough with Putin, and we can't do this anymore. And I am not entirely certain. My ideal scenario would be peace. Now, 3 steps to peace. The key is Ukrainians and the Russians talk face to face. Secondly, who can mediate this? I think the Republic of Turkey tried it once and it will try again. And it's an amazing success in Istanbul, and the next one will follow. And then the third one, of course, who will do the last bit? Will it be the Europeans or will it be Donald Trump? Then we all come back to Donald Trump. Yes, it's a very complicated scenario, but long-range missiles launched from Ukraine into Russian territory, I think, is the worst of all potential solutions to the conflict.
And so in your view, this move by the Europeans potentially going to escalate things. But as you mentioned, the diplomatic efforts mediated by Turkey haven't been hugely successful so far. We've seen the prisoner swaps obviously happen. But what's it going to take to bring the two sides closer together and to move towards peace, do you think?
I think, again, in my modest opinion, the one thing which will not work are sanctions. The Russians are pretty much used to sanctions by now, and they are still there. They are developing long-range missiles, and their economy is not entirely blown up, and the people still have food at and on the tables, and people still go to school. So the sanctions, this is like, I would call it a false flag operation. Now Trump and the Europeans would say, and only today French President Emmanuel Macron reiterated that, yes, tougher sanctions are the solution to this war. Tougher sanctions are never a solution to a war, because the only people who suffer are the ordinary people on the ground. For example, in this case, the Russian population, and they will even side stronger with Vladimir Putin, making sure that he will stay in power. So sanctions should never be used as a kind of replacing diplomatic tools. Talking is the key. Talking via Istanbul should be the key. And long-range missiles plus sanctions are no keys. I'm sorry for my outspoken words here.
I very much appreciate your time. Klaus Jurgens, European Affairs Analyst. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.